Nikolas Cruz sought help from school officials months before killings. Self-confessed Parkland school shooter Nikolas Cruz sought help from school's officials months before carrying out a bloody massacre that left 17 people dead. Those officials failed to follow through on at least 2 occasions after being made aware of the 19-year-old's behavioral issues, according to a court-ordered report released Friday. The report, authored by independent auditor Collaborative Educational Network of Tallahassee, focused on 2 instances during Cruz's schooling where officials did not act in accordance with Disabilities Education Act. During his junior year, for instance, Cruz exhibited such disturbing behavior that it led to counselors wanting to have him committed to an institution. But instead of being turned over to the state, Cruz met with an education specialist to discuss his options for further schooling, according to the Daily Beast. The teenager was told that he could transfer to a school that specializes in educating children with learning disabilities, sue the Broward School District, or stay at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School without any special supervision. Officials at the school, however, failed to notify Cruz that he was still entitled to special assistance at Stoneman Douglas if he chose to stay. Not being made aware of this last option, the report states, Cruz, whose developmental delays were flagged at age 3, would be treated as a regular student. Months later, Cruz approached school officials and told them that he wanted to transfer to the specialized learning school, but the school district did not follow through and left the troubled student fending for himself. About half of the report, including those details, had been redacted when it was made public on Friday. But the Sun-Sentinel was easily able to read the blacked-out sections by copying and pasting into a separate document, an oversight the court was apparently not aware of. Release of the report came after Circuit Judge Elizabeth Shearer overruled defense objections that the report paints a misleading portrait of Cruz's long-standing psychological problems, many of which have already been disclosed. Shearer said all of Cruz's actual educational records are among 27 pages of redacted material, which are exempt from disclosure. I do find there is nothing in the redacted report that would interfere with the administration of justice and the defendant's right to a fair trial, Shearer said. It should be noted that the report found that Broward County Schools officials in general properly handled the special needs education of Cruz, concluding that the school system made the correct decisions in most instances under programs for students with learning disabilities and behavioral problems. Available evidence indicates that, with isolated exceptions, the district adhered to procedural and substantive requirements when implementing the student's exceptional education program, the document states. Cruz, 19, faces the death penalty if convicted of 17 counts of murder and 17 counts of attempted murder in the Valentine's Day massacre at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. His attorneys have said he will plead guilty if guaranteed a life prison sentence, but prosecutors have rejected that offer. Defense attorney David Frankel said the independent report appears crafted to defend against civil claims filed by victims' families, by attempting to show that Cruz's mental problems did not rise to a level that caused great concern. That could affect jurors considering Cruz's guilt and his sentence at a criminal trial. It gives the misperception that somehow he didn't have psychological issues that were that important, Frankel said. This was a broken and damaged person from the get-go. They want to ignore that. School board attorney Deborah Klauber said officials there believe the report is public record that should be released but took no position on its implications for Cruz's trial. Media attorney Dana McElroy said it does not qualify for any of the exemptions that apply in a criminal case. This is not the kind of record that this court has the ability to review, McElroy said. The Cruz school report is the latest of several court battles involving media organizations, the school board, prosecutors and defense lawyers over release of evidence and other material related to the February 14 mass shooting. Previous requests to unseal video showing the law enforcement response outside the school and Cruz's post-arrest statement to detectives are under appeal.